Good morning, dear students. Previous class we discussed bond parameters such as resonance and very important concept, that is dipole moment. Then today's discussion is covalent nature in ionic bonding. Covalent nature or character in ionic bonding. As we already discussed ionic bonding as well as covalent bonding, ionic bonds are formed by favoring large cation, then low charge on large cation, small anion, then low charge on cation or anion, as well as stable inert gas configuration of cations. These are the factors favorable for the formation of ionic bond, and covalent bond is formed by sharing of atoms. This concept, the covalent character or nature in ionic bonding, that itself means that no bond is 100% ionic, no bond is 100% ionic, and it has some character of covalent nature, or it has some covalent character. Ella bonds ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ 100% ionic ಇರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, some percentage covalent character in all ionic bonds. And this was explained when a cation approaches an anion. Cation approaches anion. Cations are generally smaller in size. This is cation, and this is a larger size of anion. Cation approaches cation. When a cation approaches an anion, it attracts the electron cloud of the anion towards itself. This cation is positively charged and anion is negatively charged, and this cation attracts the electron cloud of anion towards itself, and its electron clouds are distorted. Hence, its electron clouds gets distorted after approaching the electron clouds are distorted. This one is polarized anion. This is cation. When cation approaches an anion, it attracts the electron clouds of anion towards itself. Adar kade ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ electron clouds ಅನ್ನು attract ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, and hence the electron clouds get distorted, and this phenomena is known as polarization. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ ನಾವು? Polarization ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. This phenomena is known as polarization. When a cation approaches to an anion, it attracts the electron clouds towards itself, and hence electron cloud gets distorted or polarized. Distorted or polarized means both having same meaning. Distorted or polarized, and this phenomena is known as polarization. And there are two important terms, that is polarizing power as well as polarizability. Polarizing power is nothing but the ability of cation to polarize the anion. The ability of cation to polarize the anion is known as polarizing power. The ability of a cation to polarize the anion is called polarizing power. Polarizing power of cation. Polarizing power of cation or polarizing power is nothing but the ability of a cation to polarize the anion is nothing but the polarizing power. And the second point is the tendency of the anion to get polarized. Anion ಎಷ್ಟು ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಟೆಂಡೆನ್ಸಿ ಟು ಪೊಲರೈಸ್ ಆಗೋದು ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇರ್ತೈತಲ್ಲ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಪೊಲರೈಸಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. The tendency of the anion to get polarized is called its polarizability. Polarizability is nothing but the tendency of an anion to get polarized. That is nothing but polarizability. And polarizing power is nothing but the ability of the cation to polarize the anion, that is nothing but polarizing power. And due to polarization, polarizing power as well as polarizability in Pantandra occurs in cations as well as anions respectively, and due to this polarization the sharing of electron occurs between two ions to some extent. Due to polarization ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ, the sharing of electrons occurs between two ions. ಎರಡು ions ನಡು sharing ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ and hence it shows covalent nature. Due to polarization, sharing of electrons occurs between two atoms to some extent, and hence it shows covalent character. When cations approaches to an anion, the electron clouds are attracted towards itself and the electron clouds gets polarized or distorted, and this phenomena is known as polarization. And the ability of a cation to polarize the anion, that is nothing but polarizing power, and the tendency of the anion to get polarized is called polarizability of get polarized is called polarizability. And due to this polarization, the sharing of electrons occur between two atoms, or ions. Here ions are present because the covalent we discussing covalent character in ionic bonding. Ionic bonding means between two ions sharing of electrons takes place to some extent and hence it shows covalent nature. In this, higher the polarizing power of cation and higher the polarizability of anion, higher is the polarization and greater is the covalent nature in ionic bonding. That means higher the polarizing power of cation and higher the polarizability of anion, higher is the polarization. Higher is the polarization. Higher is the polarization means higher the covalent nature in ionic bonding. That is, due to polarization, the sharing of electrons takes place between two ions to some extent and hence it shows covalent nature, because higher the polarizing power of cation and higher the polarizability of anion, higher is the polarization and higher is the covalent nature. And the partial polar character of ionic bonding was discussed by Fuson in terms of the following rules or steps, and this is called Fuson's rule. The partial covalent character of ionic bonding was explained by a scientist Fuson and these rules are called as Fuson's rule. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ the covalent nature of ionic bond can be explained by Fuson's rule. The covalent character or covalent nature of ionic bond or ionic compound was satisfactorily explained by following rules by Fuson. Those are called as Fuson's rule. In that, the first Fuson rule is, first one is small cations, small size of cations. The small size of cations undergo, or these having high polarizing power, because the small cations have high electron density or high electron cloud is concentrated on the inner cell, and these are readily distort the electron cloud of anions and gets high polarizing power. ಇವೇನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ the smaller size of cations undergo readily distort the electron cloud of anion and it attracts the electron cloud very easily, and the polarizing power of smaller size of cation is high, and hence the smaller size, the compounds containing smaller size of cations having more covalent character. These small size of cations polarizing power is more. Polarizing power is more means distorting the electron cloud of anion is faster. Distortion of or polarization of the electron cloud of anion is faster in case of smaller size of cations. Hence, the smaller size of cations having high polarizing power and shows a more covalent character. Covalent character, because the polarizing power of smaller cation is more. Polarizing power is more. For example, let us consider lithium chloride is more covalent character than sodium chloride. Is more covalent nature than NaCl as well as KCl, because the lithium ion is smaller in size than Na plus. Na plus is larger size as compared with lithium, and this smaller size of anions undergo high polarization power or high polarizing power. It undergo readily distort or polarizing the anion, and the covalent character is more in case of lithium chloride. This is the first Fusen rule. Then second Fusen rule is large size of anion. The large anion have the hold of electron clouds by nucleus is decreases. As the size of the anion increases, the holding of valence electrons by nucleus is decreases, and the greater is its polarizability. Polarizability enagtada ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, because as the distance between valence electron and nucleus increases, the valence electrons are loosely bound with nucleus, and these undergo easily polarization takes place when cation approaches towards, and larger size of anions having high polarizing power, high polarizability. These hold of electron cloud by nucleus decreases. Hold of electron cloud by nucleus decreases, hence the greater is its polarizability. Greater is its polarizability. Hence, the larger size of anions having high polarizability, the compounds containing larger anions which shows more covalent nature. Larger size of enpa antandre anions undergo more covalent nature. For example, let us consider lithium halides. In case of lithium halides, lithium fluoride, lithium chloride, lithium bromide and lithium iodide, lithium chloride, lithium fluoride, lithium bromide and lithium iodide. In all these compounds, the cation is remains constant, but the anion size is gradually increases from fluoride ion to iodide ion. In this case, as the size of anion increases, their polarizability is also increases, and hence the polar character in these ionic compounds is increases in this order. As the size of anion increases, because anion size increases, polarizability increases. Why the polarizability of anion increases in their larger size? Because of the hold of the electron cloud by nucleus is decreases because of their distance is large, and larger distance of valence electrons with nucleus, the approach of cation, it undergo easily distortion or polarization takes place. This is the second Fuzzen's rule. Then third one is large charge on cation or anion. Or high, large or high. High charge on cation or anion or both. Charge on the cation or anion is high. In case of ionic compounds, the charge, low charge on cation or anion anthe explain madidinu. These, the Fuzzen's rules are exactly reverse of the factors favorable for ionic compound. You exactly reverse them. In this case, let us consider cations. The larger size of cations undergo easily distorting the anion, and these larger size of cations undergo high polarizing power. High charge on cation, these undergo higher polarizing power. Higher polarizing power of cation is due to high charge, and high charge on anion. High charge of anion gives the distortion of electron cloud by approaching the cation is very easy, and its polarizability is more. Higher the polarizability. Of anion, of cation. If the higher charge on cation, these on approaching towards the anion, it easily undergo distortion of electron cloud of anion, and these having high polarizing power, and as the size charge on the anion is more, these electron clouds are easily undergo distortion takes place by cation, and these having high polarizability. For example, let us consider NaCl, MgCl2, AlCl3. In these compounds, the cation charge is gradually increases, but the charge on anion remains same. In that case, the charge of cation as well as anions are same. Here the cation charge is more than that of anion charge. Here also the charge on cation is more than that of Mg and Cl charge is also less. As the charge of cation increases, the polarizing power of cation increases and the polarization is also more. Polarization is more means covalent character is more. AlCl3 is more covalent nature than MgCl2 and MgCl2 is more covalent nature in ionic bond than the sodium chloride. Then the fourth Fuson rule is the cation having pseudo inert gas configuration. Cations having pseudo inert gas configuration. Pseudo inert gas configuration is already discussed in the factors favorable for ionic compounds. Pseudo inert gas configuration means the ions which contain in their valence cell 18 electron. 18 electron valence cell containing 18 electron ions are called as pseudo inert gas configuration. Fourth one is cation with pseudo inert gas configuration. In this case, let us assume the two cations having similar size and similar charge. In that case, the cation one with pseudo inert gas configuration having high polarizing power than the other normal inert gas configuration. Pseudo inert gas configuration means pseudo inert gas electronic configuration, that is nothing but 18 electrons in their valence cell. Normal inert gas configuration means eight electrons in their valence cell. Two cations having same size and same charge. In that case, the cation having pseudo inert gas configuration having high polarizing power. Pseudo inert gas configuration of cation having high polarizing power than the other inert gas configuration. The high polarizing power of cation having higher covalent character. Let us consider CuCl is more covalent than NaCl. CuCl and NaCl. In this CuCl, Cu is +1 oxidation state and Na is also +1 oxidation state. In this case, the copper +1 exhibits pseudo inert gas configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 3d10 configuration. One electron in 4s and the +1 charge means the 4s electron get lost. Adenpa andre loss agirutte. In the sodium +1, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 in their valence cell sodium atom containing 11 valence electrons, 11 electrons, and in their valence shell only 1 electron, and in +1 oxidation state the valence 3s electron is lost. And this having 18 electrons in their valence shell and this having 8 electrons, and 18 electron species are called as pseudo inert gas configuration, and these having high polarizing power, and the Cu plus easily polarized Cl minus ions as compared with Na plus, because this Cu plus has pseudo inert gas configuration. And in most of the bonding in compounds like transition metals having low oxidation states, most of the compounds shows partial covalent character in their ionic bonding. The bonding in transition metal compounds with low oxidation state exhibit partial covalent character in their ionic bonding. And from these 4 Fuson's rule, we concluded that according to Fuson's rule, the covalent nature or character of ionic bonding are mainly discussed on 4 important factors. The first one is small size of cation, second one is large size of anion, third one is higher charge on cation and anion, or higher charge on cation or anion, and cation with pseudo inert gas configuration. These are the 4 important factors favored by covalent nature in ionic bonding. Okay, this completes the Fuson's rule as well as covalent nature or covalent character in ionic bonding. Next is, we will come to valence bond theory. Valence bond theory. This is also known as VBT. VBT means valence bond theory. Before the proposing valence bond theory, the Levy's electronic theory could not explain several facts such as why did the formation of chemical bond takes place, or the bond theory deviates octet rule. Some of these factors could not be explained by Levy's electronic theory, and to explain these factors, there are 2 important theories put forwarded. Those are mainly based on the quantum mechanics, and those theories are called as valence bond theory, that is first one, and second one is molecular orbital theory. We will discuss first valence bond theory. This valence bond theory was first proposed by Hitler and London. Later, this was extended by a scientist Pauling and Slater. Pauling and Slater extended this valence bond theory to explain the molecular structure as well as molecular shape as well as the direction of the bond. The Slater and Pauling extended this valence bond theory to explain the shape of the molecule as well as the direction of the bond in the molecule. Then in this, the energy change during the formation of chemical bond or covalent bond. Energy changes during the formation of covalent bond. Covalent bond formation agಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ energy changes. And this energy is in two different ways. Let us consider the formation of hydrogen molecule. Let us consider the formation of H2 molecule. The formation of H2 molecule is by two hydrogen atoms, and in this there are two forces exist. One is the attractive forces and another one is repulsive forces. The attractive forces between attractive force ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ್ದ್ರ ನಡುವೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ repulsive forces ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ್ದ್ರ ನಡುವೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ. This is one hydrogen atom and this is another hydrogen atom, and in the center the positive charge is concentrated and hydrogen containing only one electron, that is in the first cell. This is the electron, here one electron. The formation of hydrogen molecule from two hydrogen atoms, there are two forces are present, and these two forces are, one is the attractive forces between the nucleus of one atom and the electron of the other atom. One ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ nucleus of one atom and electron of the other atom. The attractive force is exist. This is the attractive force. There are two attractive forces exist. This is the attractive force, and the repulsive force between two nuclei, these two having like charges, positive charge, and there is a repulsive force exists between two nuclei as well as two electrons. Electrons are also having like negative charge and there is a repulsive force. This is repulsive force. Here repulsive force means attraction means these two type of forces are involved during the formation of bond, and in this case this was experimentally the formation of hydrogen molecule by covalent bond is experimentally observed, and the attractive forces are more predominant than the repulsive forces, and which decreases the energy and stabilized to form a H2 molecule. The attractive forces stabilized by decreasing the energy and the formation of covalent bond between hydrogen and hydrogen, and that was explained by graphical representation of plotting the graph, that is potential energy versus internuclear distance here. Two hydrogen atoms are approaching towards, this is an attraction, here repulsion, and these two combine to form H2 molecule, and it lowers the energy, and hydrogen atoms combine to form H2 molecule. The amount of energy during the formation of hydrogen bond, the amount of energy is released, that is 435.8 kilojoule per mole, and bond length between two hydrogen nuclei is 74 picometer. The valence bond theory was proposed by Hitler and London, and this theory was further extended by Pauling and Slater to explain the shape of the molecule as well as the direction of the bond in the molecule, and the energy changes during the formation of covalent bond is explained by the formation of H2 molecule, and there are two types of forces are involved during the formation of H2 molecule, that is attractive force as well as repulsive force. Attractive force between nucleus of one atom and electron of the other atom, and repulsive force between two nuclei as well as electrons, and this was explained experimentally by plotting the graph versus potential energy against internuclear distance, and the attractive force is more predominant than the repulsive force, and which lowers the energy and formation of H2 molecule with the liberation of 435.8 kilojoule per mole, and the bond length between two nuclei of hydrogen atom is 74 picometer. In this way all the covalent bonds form by changing the energy. The attractive forces are more predominant than the repulsive force, and the energy is lowered, and bond between two atoms is formed. Like this, the energy changes occur during the formation of any covalent bonding. We will explain with H2 molecule as an example. Next, coming to postulates of VBT, valence bond theory, then some of the main important postulates. Important postulates of valence bond theory. Based on these postulates, covalent bonds are formed. The first postulate of covalent valence bond theory is a covalent bond is formed by the overlapping of two half-filled atomic orbitals. Half-filled atomic orbitals ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ overlap ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಅವಾಗ covalent bond ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ formation ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Covalent bond, this is very important. Covalent bond is formed by overlapping of half-filled atomic orbitals. During the formation of covalent, two or more atomic orbitals are combined to form more than one covalent bond. ಒಂದ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು atomic orbitals overlap ಅದು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದ covalent bond. 4 atomic orbitals combined to form 2 covalent bonds. ಹಿಂಗೆ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ the covalent bond is formed by overlapping of 2 half-filled atomic orbitals. ಎರಡು half-filled atomic orbitals overlap ಆದಾಗ ಒಂದು covalent bond ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. Then the resulting covalent bond acquires a pair of electrons with opposite spin. Similar spin of atomic orbitals do not form a covalent bond. Same spin ಇರುವಂತ atomic orbitals overlap ಆಗಿ covalent bond formation ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. The opposite spin ಒಂದು ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಹಾಫ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮೈನಸ್ ಹಾಫ್, ಒಂದು ಅಪ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಏರೋ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಡೌನ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಏರೋ. Those type of half-filled atomic orbitals overlap to form a covalent bond. Second point is covalent bond acquires a pair of electrons with opposite spin. Opposite spin means plus half minus half, or upward arrowhead or downward arrowhead. This is the second postulate of valence bond theory. Then third one is the orbitals having more than one unpaired electrons. More than one unpaired electrons, then these forming more than one bond can be formed. More than one bond can be formed by more than one half-filled atomic orbitals. If more than one atomic orbitals are, or if the atomic orbitals possess more than one unpaired electrons, then these more than one bond can be formed. More than one bond can be formed in, it may be multiple bond or more than one covalent bonds. If the atomic orbitals possess more than one unpaired electron, yes, unpaired electrons irtavalla ಅಷ್ಟು ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ covalent bonds formation. Then fourth one is the electrons in the orbitals are completely filled in their valence shell. The electrons in the orbitals, atomic orbitals, completely filled in their valence shell. These do not participate in the bonding. Completely filled atomic orbitals do not participate in the bonding. Electrons are in atomic orbitals are paired in the valence shell, these do not involved in the bond formation. Paired electrons are not involved in the bond formation, but in some cases, if these paired electrons can be unpaired, by using without much energy, ಭಾಳ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಲಾರ್ದೆ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅನ್ಪೇರಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದೀಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಯುಟಿಲೈಸ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಬಾಂಡಿಂಗ್. ಇಫ್ these can be unpaired, without using much energy, then involved in bonding. This is the fourth one. Then fifth one is the extent of overlapping is more, means the strength of the covalent bond is more. The extent of overlapping is more than the strength of the covalent bond is more. Overlapping of extent of overlapping is more than the strength of covalent bond is more. The strength of covalent bond is mainly depends on the extent of overlapping. If the extent of overlapping is more, means the stability of the or the strength of the covalent bond is more. Then one more important point is the overlapping of orbitals causes delocalization of electrons, which decreases the energy and increases stability. Overlapping of orbitals causes delocalization of electrons, which decreases the energy and increases the stability. These are the important postulates of valence bond theory. The first one is the covalent bond is formed by overlapping of two half-filled atomic orbital. Half-filled atomic orbitals ಅಷ್ಟೇ overlap ಆಗ್ತಾವು. And the covalent bond acquires a pair of electrons with anti-parallel spin or opposite spin. That is second one. Third one is if the atomic orbitals possess more than one unpaired electrons, then these form more than one bond. More than one bond can be formed. Then fourth one is the electron in atomic orbitals are paired. These do not involved in the bond formation. And if these can be unpaired without using much energy, then these orbitals, unpaired orbitals, are involved in the bonding. Then the extent of overlapping is more, means the strength of the covalent bond is more. Then last point is the overlapping of orbitals causes delocalization of electrons, which decreases the energy and increases the stability. And the orbitals involved in the overlapping, these are called as localized orbitals. Localized orbitals. The orbitals which are involved in the overlapping, these are called as localized orbitals. And the electrons are not involved in the bond formation, these are called as non-bonding electrons. Non-bonding electrons. Sorry, non-bonding orbitals. The lone pair of atomic orbitals not involved in the bond formation, these are called as non-bonding orbitals, and the electrons in them are called as non-bonding electrons. Non-bonding electrons. And as we know, the atomic orbitals are directional in nature. As a result, that the bond due to overlap of atomic orbital is also directional in nature. Atomic orbitals are directional in nature. As a result of that, the bond formed due to overlapping of atomic orbitals are also directional in nature, and which is used for, or this is generally used for the identification of shape of the molecule or geometry of the molecule. The direction of overlapping orbitals are help to identify the geometry or shape of the molecule. This is about postulates and brief introduction about valence bond theory. In next class, we will discuss some examples, type of covalent bond based on the overlapping, and then some of the examples, differences between pi bond and sigma bonds. Thank you.